Back on March 2nd, 2023, Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson officially asked for a trade as the Ravens had not been interested in meeting his value. Man, I love social media. You especially have to love it when Jackson drops this bomb during a John Harbaugh press conference. How it went down, 8:45 a.m., head coach John Harbaugh, he's speaking at the NFL owners meetings there in Phoenix. 8:48 a.m., Lamar Jackson announces that he is requesting a trade via Twitter. And here's how that basically broke down. A letter to my fans. I want to first thank all of you for your love and support you consistently show towards me. All of you are amazing, and I appreciate you all so much. I want you all to know not to believe everything you read about me. Let me personally answer your questions in regards to my future plans. As of March 2nd, I requested a trade from the Ravens organization for which the Ravens have not been interested in meeting my value. Any and everyone that has met me or been around me knows I love the game of football, and my dream is to help a team win the Super Bowl. Y'all have been great, but I had to make a business decision that was best for my family and I. No matter how far I go, where my career takes me, I'll continue to be close to my fans of Baltimore Flock Nation and the entire state of Maryland. You'll see me again. It isn't always about the money. Jackson has requested time and time again to get some offensive weapons, and time again, Ravens have responded with the likes of a Deshaun Jackson and most recently a Nelson Aguilar. Things could have been different if the Ravens had read the market back when Josh Allen got his new deal and Jackson was asking somewhere in the range of $42 to $45 million per season, which seems more than reasonable in today's market. Even former teammates are starting to voice their opinions and thoughts, per Tony Jefferson. In my opinion, I think at this point, it is best for Lamar and the Ravens to go their separate ways. It's been a hell of a ride. Lamar is the best talent I've seen or been around, and someone whom players love to play for. It's been in the best interest of both sides to move in different directions. And I'm sure Jefferson won't be the last player to voice their opinions. It's also important to know that Jackson is not currently under contract. His $32.4 million franchise tag must be signed in order for him to be traded. And there are no ramifications for him not signing the tag other than the $1.8 million per league week missed. It's easier to talk about the teams that shouldn't be interested in Jackson than the teams that should be, like Buffalo, Kansas City, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Jacksonville, and the Cleveland Browns. They're essentially set at the position. Now, I mean, who wouldn't want a player who in 70 career games has thrown for over 12,000 yards, tossed more than 100 touchdowns while being picked off only on 38 occasions? We've seen the maturation of Jackson's game in recent years, and he's become a more rounded pocket passer who can run the ball when he feels like it, as evidenced by his 24 career rushing touchdowns and his nearly 4,500 rushing yards. You want a winner? How about a .738 winning percentage, which sits only behind Patrick Mahomes among quarterbacks with at least 40 starts over the last 5 seasons? So here are my 3 teams that are good landing spots for Lamar Jackson. Number 1, how about the Indianapolis Colts? They currently own the 104 there in the entry draft there, and you can have your pick of C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, or even Anthony Richardson, something that Baltimore would be interested in. I mean, why wouldn't you want to replace Lamar Jackson with another version of Lamar Jackson in Anthony Richardson? Teams around the league will certainly be watching the Colts leading up to the NFL draft. And number 2, how about the Detroit Lions? Yes, I love Jared Goff, but Lamar Jackson working with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, DeAndre Swift, David Montgomery, and now Marvin Jones. Lions, they even have picks number 6 and 18 in this year's draft, and those could be enticing for the Ravens. Jackson in Detroit automatically makes the Lions a favorite to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. And yes, you can make fun of his mechanics and all kinds of different things. We know what his limitations are, but what he brings, you can't teach. How about number 3, the Seattle Seahawks? Much like the Lions, the Seahawks have picks number 5 and 20 in the first round, which could also entice the Ravens while providing the necessary ammunition to move up draft boards to get their guy. And of course, that's if I'm assuming that the Ravens aren't really feeling Snoop with it and don't really believe in Ty Huntley moving forward. Several other teams should already have made phone calls, such as the Atlanta Falcons. You've got yourself a fairly new stadium down there. You've got Kyle Pitts. You got Drake London. You need yourself Lamar Jackson. We know Coach Arthur Smith loves to run the ball. Now you got your guy who can run it under center. Not that that's what Jackson is, but it's what he could possibly do. It gives you a little pizzazz down there in Atlanta. Also, how about Jackson as a Las Vegas Raider? Yes, I know they got Jimmy Garoppolo already in place, but that's really essentially a one-year contract. You get yourself a chance at Lamar Jackson. Boy, would he look good in silver and black. And like the Seahawks, like I said, the Seahawks, they have Geno Smith. The Raiders, you could comfortably move on from Jimmy Garoppolo. How about the Miami Dolphins is another possible option? You basically have a track team going there on South Beach, featuring the likes of Tyreek Hill, featuring Jalen Waddle, and now you add Lamar Jackson to that mix. That is a very dangerous team, and we all know about the health concerns that are surrounding Tua Tagovailoa. And how about the Washington Commanders and the New England Patriots? Both have been banging on the Ravens' doors. Neither team can realistically believe that they can compete with the likes of McCorkle Jones and Sam Howell under center. Can they? No, that's just foolish talk. Imagine Lamar Jackson throwing to Terry McLaurin, throwing to Curtis Samuel, throwing to Jahan Dotson. Man, that looks good. Even New England has to feel good about maybe Juju Smith-Schuster and Lamar Jackson. Now, you know what? Never Juju. Now, fantasy managers, one more team here to throw out there. How about Lamar Jackson? How would he look throwing to Mike Evans, throwing to Chris Godwin? Sorry, Buccaneers fans, I would love to send Lamar Jackson to you, but you just had Tom Brady fall into your laps, and I can't have Lamar Jackson do the same. Perhaps the Ravens would be interested in a better-looking version of Joe Flacco. Say, oh, I know, Zach Wilson. As the Jets, they continue to wait on Aaron Rodgers. Maybe Lamar Jackson in New York would be a great fit. One question you have to ask yourself, especially as it pertains to the Baltimore Ravens: why has Lamar Jackson, Orlando Brown, Hayden Hurst, Marquise Hollywood Brown, and most recently, Rashad Bateman, who's spoken out, why have they asked to leave in recent years? That's the real question going on in Baltimore.